Ranger with short brown hair talking.
Hello, everyone. This is Ranger Nate, inviting you to join us in observing National Park Week, April 22nd through April 30th.
Dream running in the woods.
During this special week, we celebrate the many ways that national park sites enrich our lives by connecting us with our environment, our history, and each other. This year, we celebrate our national park stories. These stories may be special personal memories from our time in parks, or experiences of people from the past that move us. Each day this week spotlights a different story theme, an intangible way that national park sites help us experience and appreciate our nation and our world. On Wednesday, April 26th, we celebrate gratitude. At Gateway Arch National Park, we offer gratitude to Dred and Harriet Scott.
A drawing of Dred and Harriet Scott.
The Scotts were enslaved people who lived in St. Louis in the years before the Civil War, when Missouri was a slave state. Before settling in St. Louis, Dred and Harriet had lived with their owners in states and territories where slavery was technically illegal. In St. Louis, the Scotts learned that under Missouri law, if an enslaved person is taken from Missouri and lives on free soil, they become free, and they can't be enslaved again by being brought back to the state.
Statue of Dred and Harriet Scott.
Dred and Harriet Scott filed a lawsuit against their owner in 1846 at St. Louis's Civil Courts Building. Now called the Old Courthouse, the building is a unit of Gateway Arch National Park.
Photo of the Old Courthouse.
At this time, the Old Courthouse is under renovation, but we look forward to reopening the building with exciting new exhibits that tell the story of Dred and Harriet Scott. The Scotts case was heard in 2 trials that took place in the West Wing of the Old Courthouse. They prevailed in the second trial in 1850. This was not a surprise. The jury was merely following Missouri law. But appeals and the contentious politics surrounding slavery brought the case before the Supreme Court of the United States in Washington, D.C.
Drawing of a courtroom with judges.
When the majority handed down their decision in 1857 on the fate of Dred, Harriet, and their 2 daughters, it sent shockwaves across the nation. Not only did the justices deny the Scotts their freedom, they also declared that African Americans could not be citizens of the United States, and that Congress could not exclude slavery from the federal territories. This increased the rising tension between the northern and southern states that led to the cataclysmic American Civil War.
Photo of Civil War soldiers.
After the war, the Constitution was changed to address the issues brought up by the court's decision in the Scotts case. Slavery was ended, and African Americans were granted citizenship. But the struggle for true equality would continue for decades. National parks are the perfect places to offer gratitude to those whose bravery and sacrifice guaranteed the freedoms and privileges we enjoy today.
Photo of the arch between 2 trees.
At Gateway Arch National Park, we tell the story of Dred and Harriet Scott.
Drawing of Dred and Harriet.
So we understand why we owe a debt of gratitude to them and many others for their bravery and perseverance in the struggle against injustice. What's your park story?